everybody, this is Sarah from Sarah Writes Romance, and on this channel I help you, there's a cat butt. On this channel I help you in your writing journey by sharing my own writing journey and my tips and tricks. So subscribe if that is of interest to you. This video is going to be about my own writing schedule, and then I'm going to add in some tips and tricks to help you get started or to maintain your energy with your writing. First off, I think it is important to note that I am writing a book, and my whole being, my whole energy is in this book. Now, it wasn't always the time for me to write this book. I knew since 5th grade that I wanted to write a book. Now, that doesn't mean that in 6th grade I was going to write the book. I did write a lot, but it wasn't until March 2022 when an idea struck me and I was so compelled to write it that all of my energy went into that book. Now, like I said, I knew I wanted to write a book before then, but in March 2022, it became my thing. So, as a tip for writers, it does take commitment, and it takes alignment with everything. Your whole being needs to be in alignment that this is what you're doing. It doesn't mean that now is the time to write the book. If you're putting it off, there might be a reason, energetic reason, whatever for it, but it also might be not the time for you. So that's a tip for you. But I also want to get into my schedule, and then I'll scatter out some tips in the video. I write every single day, and since March 2022, I have written every single day or done something related to my writing every single day. And that's another tip. If you are doing something related to your writing in some way, whether you're editing, whether you are ideating, whether you are sitting down with a piece of paper, thinking through scenes, that may not be physically writing, but it needs to happen for you to get your book published or at least out of you. And that's another tip. Writing is not just to get a book published. If writing is just to get a book published, then you're out of luck in finishing the book, because writing a book is about writing the book. And I love the process of writing. And the idea of writing every single day energizes me. The idea of getting my book published is also something that I look forward to and I think about and I visualize. But if the process isn't fun, then you're out of luck. Now, it also, as a tip, depends on what you're writing. Because before this book, I did try to write a nonfiction book. And you know what? I went pretty far in the process. I created a proposal for this nonfiction book. I even started sending it to publishers. Now, if you know a nonfiction book, you don't actually have to have the book written when you submit it to publishers. You just have to have a proposal. So I created the proposal and everything, and I sent it out to, I think, 2 publishers. And I got denied for those 2. But there was something about that process, I just wasn't as committed to it. So you have to like what you're writing. So the nonfiction book, I felt like I could not be my Sarah creative self, and I felt constrained because I felt like what I had to be writing had to be factual. And man, I do not like to get stuck to facts. I just want to flow through my work. Like, I don't want to have to be constrained in that way. Could be different for you. Maybe you have a message that is a nonfiction related. Obviously these tips don't have to be for fiction. Now, I said that I wrote every single day, and you're gonna want to experiment when you write every single day. And it might change. It probably will change. I don't like boundaries personally. Personal boundaries, yes, but I don't like constraints. That's the word I'm trying to think of. I used to write every single day, or something writing related every single day, regardless of the time. I was like, as long as I get it in, it's great. As long as I'm thinking about it, whatever, at least 5 minutes. So I was on vacation in Scotland once, like last year, and I was like, I gotta at least get some time in. And I did check off the box those times. But actually, that's another tip. Okay, my mind. Okay. Getting back to the point, I did something writing related sometime in the day. Then it changed to being something at the end of the day, writing related. And that was good for me as a night owl. It did turn into something where I didn't like it at night. I decided, actually, sometimes I push it back and I get tired, and I don't want to be tired when I'm writing. I want to be fresh and revitalized when I write. So now it has transitioned to doing it first thing in the morning. I set a timer and I write. And that's another tip / insight into my process. I used to try to, write, then edit, and then ideate on certain days. Like I tried to structure what I did Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, that didn't work for me. I am a free soul, as I have described. I go with what I am feeling that day. Now, there is a lot of the writing which is organizing, because sometimes if you're not organized, you'll sit down to write and you're like, what am I writing? So I make sure that I feel like I am organized enough. Organized to the extent that I have lists of scenes that I can write. And having that option, I'll just, when I'm feeling like I want to write and I have, the scenes listed out, I'll just look at that list and I'll say, yeah, I want to write that scene. I'm feeling that. Yeah. Also, I plan to put out a video about my second brain tool that I use. If you don't know what a second brain is, it's not another brain attached to your brain. It's just a fancy, logical way to say a software for your computer that helps you organize your thoughts. Because the mind, it is everywhere. At least mine is. Yours may be too. Maybe not. I don't know. Writers, I feel like, we got ideas every left way and right way. And I use Obsidian to organize all my thoughts. I actually got this input from a writer friend. Thank you, Mickey, writer friend. And there are other second brain tools for you to use. I suggest to use the one you like. But this one was free. I didn't think very much about, which one am I going to use? Because that's another tip. Your brain will know when you're trying to procrastinate. If you are spending weeks on looking for a second brain software to organize your writing, chances are you're using that as procrastination on the writing. Just use your intuition and say, hey, is this actually what I need to do, or can I just pick one of these? And for me, it took like less than a day to say, okay, this looks nice. It's free. That was great. I downloaded it. It was a good way to organize my thoughts. I mean, it's not even that complicated. So I will do a video on that. Like I said, I'm using Obsidian, and I do love, love, love it. Another tip that I had, which I started to say when I was talking about something else, because my ADHD brain was like, woo! My tip is, you may have heard this, don't wait for the muse to come upon you and lighten you up with inspiration. Because, if you wait till that, you will not get a book. No. But the reverse is also true. And I have made this mistake. If you have inspiration, don't put it on hold for something else. If you can, if your day permits it, if you have inspiration and you're feeling it, don't say, wow, I'm just going to put that inspiration on pause and I'm going to finish this thing over here because it's, a low-hanging fruit and it's not that hard. If you have a meeting or something, then, go to your meeting. But if you have the inspiration, you get that inspiration down, because chances are later, you ain't gonna be feeling it. Like, actually, I have that in practice, because right now, I'm filming a video for my channel, and I had the idea to do this like about a week ago. And I was gonna do writing time right now, but I had this inspiration that I felt like ideating about my video and the script. So then I took out my handy notepad and I started writing it out. And then I was like, you know what? I feel like filming this now. I have some time right now. Why not do it right now? So instead of writing, which is important, I decided to take the muse of creativity and apply it to this video. My tip in practice, everybody. Also, another tip, I love coffee shops. Why do I love coffee shops? Because it's a dedicated space where you are doing work. So if I'm not doing it first thing in the morning, I can wait till I go to a coffee shop, or I could go to a coffee shop first thing sometimes. The point is, coffee shop is a space to write. And when I'm in a coffee shop, I get my coffee. Hey, kitty cat here. We got Willow. Cat paws, cat paws. Hey, Willow. My cats roam, but they don't like roam too far. Yes, Willow. Okay, so as I was saying, coffee shops, designated writing spaces. It doesn't have to be a coffee shop that you're at. Now, you could just be in a library, some other space. But having a designated, isolated space for your writing triggers your mind to go, I am writing. And whenever I go to a coffee shop, I am like, bam, writing. I don't do work. I do writing. So there's a tip for y'all. And look at this little precious girlfriend. And my last tip for you is you are your writing brand. Now, that means to me that you, if you really feel strongly about this book, and maybe you want to wait till you're a little farther along, but tell people about your book. Tell people this is a baby. I mean, they often say that writing a book is like birthing a baby, and you want to talk about your baby. Your baby is your baby, okay? So I talk about my book. I talk about my newsletter. I talk about how I meet people to learn about writing. I'm submitting to writing contests. Like, it is within me. And that shows. People know I'm writing a book. And you know, word of mouth is like the best tool for selling stuff. Word of mouth. And if that manifests into like a YouTube channel like this has, then so be it. Obviously, social media is important. That's a tip. You probably know it. Social media is important because even if you're getting a publisher, publishers expect you to have your following. Not all of them, maybe. I don't know. But you can't just write the best book ever. You gotta know how to sell yourself. You gotta know how to have a following. So it doesn't have to happen right away that you get a YouTube channel. I started this YouTube channel when I was like, 100,000 words in, true. But I have a lot of editing to do. You'll get to that in your own time. And I do follow my own tips because I have an Instagram channel with like nothing on it because I'm just not ready to make that commitment yet. But for when I am ready to make that commitment, you can follow me at Sarah Writes Romance. Alrighty, everybody, this is my inspired YouTube video about my writing routine and some tips for you. So I hope you like this video and share it with anyone else you think would find it useful, and subscribe if you like me and my channel. And I send you all positive vibes, the energy of writing. May it be in your pens or your keyboards. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bye-bye. Hi, Grandma. How's it going, baby? You having a good time out there in the wild? Yes, you are. You indoor-outdoor pussycat. Yes, I love you too, sweetie.